Okay, everybody, it is me, Gregory Mannarino, and all I have to say is those people who have been so afraid lately in this market and were dumping stocks, let's say yesterday, well, they're kicking themselves in the ass today as the stock market took off. Dow Jones Industrial Average put on like 560 points. The S&P 500 surged higher. The NASDAQ put on over 2.5% today. Crude oil over 4% higher today. People, look, for as far back as you want to go, looking at Greg Mannarino's videos, I've been explaining to you to buy the freaking dip. And all of these other dipshits out here who keep running into a corner and suck their thumb, well, we're sucking their skulls right now because they are losing and we are freaking winning. I told you, this is all fear, all of it. And when there is fear out there, people make bad choices. And you know what we do as lions? We freaking pounce on that. And then we laugh. Seriously, and we leave their bloody corpses behind us. That's what we do. Look, I'm out here. I'm trying to help everyone, but don't get in my way with regard to trading. Do not get in my way because I will rip your face off. That's the truth. And my lions out here will vouch for that. All right, people. Anyway, so yes, this is my post-market wrap-up on this Tuesday, December 21st, 2021. As I said, not only a rally here on Wall Street, crude oil getting bid much higher. You got the 10-year yield. In fact, the whole yield curve normalizing. Dollar came down a little bit. Bitcoin almost 49,000 again. Cryptos across the board higher. Gold fell under a little pressure today. Silver caught a bid here. Look, as I have been saying, unless you're retarded, okay? I know a lot of you don't like that word. I don't really give a damn. You should be following the strategy I have laid out for all of you for freaking years. Okay, you want to beat this market? Get on board. Get on board with me and my lions right here. Otherwise, you're going to get eaten alive. I don't know another way to put it. You want to listen to some other moron out here on YouTube who probably isn't even in the market? Well, good for you. You're going to need a lot of luck. I can promise you that, people. Anyway, so that's the story with the market today. Let's see what they throw at us because there's a few things that are brewing. And it would be interesting to see how it plays out moving forward. Again, the propaganda ministry talking about Omicron, moronic, as if it's, the worst plague to ever hit the world. Although, again, in the beginning, you recall, they said, oh, this is the most mild variant we've seen yet, but now it's the most deadly. Oh, yeah. And playing off of our illustrious retard president, we're all going to die. Those of us that haven't been vaccinated. And we better rush out and do it. Otherwise, we're going to get very, very ill and die over the winter time. You make it up. I dare you to make something like that up here. Again, there's so much more to this, people, than meets the eye, and you are well aware of that. So I want to cover a few things. So, let me start off with this. So, I go through the comments and I get all kinds of emails and, Greg, I am unsubbing from you because you're such an angry person. Really? I'm laughing most of the time, but yes, of course, I do get angry. And I think that anyone that is not getting angry in this kind of situation, well, you're a fool. Okay, you got to get angry because that's the first step to taking action. What are you going to do? You're going to lay down here like a sheep and be fleeced? Don't get in my way. I told you already at the beginning of this video. Don't even dream of getting on the opposite side of the trade of Greg Mannarino because you're going to lose. Are you going to lose all the time? No, but I'd say you're going to lose 90% of the time or more than that. So just stay out of my way when it comes to trading, all my lions, because we're all on the same page. And again, I wouldn't want to be betting against any of us. But yeah, I do get angry. Absolutely, people. And for those of you that tell me, Greg, you're so angry, I'm unsubbing. Well, see ya. See you later. Go over to some, I don't know, some other channel where they're going to, blow sunshine straight up your crack, rainbows and unicorns and beautiful things. Look, you can look at all this from a couple of perspectives. Number one, yeah, it is a beautiful thing for those of us that know how to capitalize on this. But for those of you that are on the wrong side, you're in a lot of trouble. I've been telling you this for, I don't know, 10 years almost, just about. If you're a member of the middle class, you're just done. And if you're not getting angry at what's happening to you, well, then there's something seriously wrong with you. What are you doing? Sitting back, doing nothing, sucking your thumb in some corner of your house, hiding under a blanket or something along those lines? Good. Good for you. Let's see how that plays out. Yes, I am angry. And for anyone out here that is not angry about the situation that's going on around us, well, then again, there's something seriously, seriously wrong with you. You know what it is? It's very simple. When people hear truth, they get angry. They don't know how to react to it. And they lash out generally at the person that is trying to help them. And I'm out here twice a freaking day, people, trying to keep all of you on the right side of this market, whether you like Greg Mannarino or whether you don't like Greg Mannarino. No one can argue, nobody can argue that I haven't done my best to keep all of you on the right side of this freak show. And it just keeps getting more freaky. Seriously, you want to hear something freaky? How about this one? So, Credit Suisse, which is a global investment bank based in Switzerland. Well, this is what they're saying here. And, I always get my medical advice from an investment bank. How about you? Well, what they see down the pike is more shutdowns here in the United States and around the world, especially Europe, as we move into winter. So you see, here we have another super bank, maybe just giving us a hint as to what is coming here. All of the propaganda that you're hearing right now from the mainstream channels, not just the financial channels, I mean, it's everywhere. It's Omicron, moronic, it's the worst thing. They're telling people not to cancel Christmas parties, to cancel get-togethers with people because you're going to die. You got to get out there and get that booster. Oh, yeah, speaking of that. So the CDC director, you ever see what that thing looks like? She's another one. I don't even think it's a woman. It looks to me like some hideous thing in drag, honestly. And this is what she wants everyone to know. Are you ready? Initial COVID shots may not be enough to protect you against Omicron. So look, they are really desperate to push this vaccine agenda on everyone. Here, the World Health Organization, more lockdowns may be warranted to stop Omicron. I mean, moronic. You see where this is going? You see how they're playing all this up? It's out of control. So here's something else relatively lovely, but will come as no surprise to any one of you that follow this blog whatsoever. The International Monetary Fund, another crime syndicate here, they just informed us that global debt just hit another all-time record high. People, it's not going to stop, all right? It's a deliberate effort by central banks to continue to inflate. And as I've been telling you since even this morning, I said, what do you want to do? Why don't you tell me, Greg Mannarino, okay, what should anyone be doing here in this environment with debts hyper-ballooning, deficits hyper-ballooning, with no end in sight? It's not going to stop. You want to tell me that all of this liquidity, this fuel that's being pumped into whatever the hell is being pumped into, is not going to propel the stock market higher? Really? Oh, okay. Bet against the market. Bet against me. I freaking dare you. Let's see what happens. You're going to lose. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to lose. Me and my lions are going to rip your face off. And I don't want that to happen to you. I really don't. Look, I'm forewarning you of what's going to happen to you if you try to short this market, believing there's going to be a crash tomorrow, betting against cryptocurrencies, believing it's going to zero tomorrow. You're going to lose. You're going to lose so badly, you're going to end up destitute out in the street. And I'd rather you be in a house like mine that I'm in right now. One day I'll show you, I'll give you a nice tour of this place I just bought. It's pretty epic. Anyway, people, look, the bottom line is this, and this is the bottom line. This market will continue higher, no matter what's thrown at it, okay? It's like an invincible bull right now because of all the fuel. It's central banks inflating, and we haven't even seen anything yet with regard to what central banks are going to do. All the talk, understand, about tapering from the Fed, about meaningful rate hikes moving forward, it's all fake. It's propaganda. It's dog shit, freaking wrapped in cat shit, sprinkled in bird shit, and horse shit, and every other kind of shit you want to throw on top of it. Okay, I don't know what they're trying to do. Actually, I do. They're trying to mind twist you and to make you make a wrong decision here. Yes, we all understand, at least I hope so, if you follow this blog, that this market makes no sense whatsoever. How many times have I told you that? Greg Mannarino, you know that guy? He's been telling you that nothing makes sense. This market is in a hyper bubble being fueled by a massive debt bubble. You think that's going to stop? Do you honestly believe that the debt bubble is going to burst tomorrow? Well, if you do, well, I think you're very wrong. You don't know what you're looking at, or you're being totally misguided by some other idiot. I have no idea who you're listening to out here, okay? We know what's going on just by having our eyes open, people. Watch the Fed's balance sheet. Watch the yield curve, the 10-year yield, the MMRI. Link in the description of this video. Pay attention to the global situation. Understand what's going on. And again, you're going to get an epiphany. You're just going to wake up one day. How many of you, I really hope it's not you, have been sitting out of this market for years, thinking that it was going to crash tomorrow because you got morons out here who, it seems like on a monthly basis, are calling for market crashes, market crashes, market crashes. Some people even going as far as to tell people to short the market. They are causing people to get destroyed from a financial standpoint. Yes, there is going to be a moment of reckoning, and it's going to be, as Greg Mannarino says, biblical. But we are not even close to that yet. We're not close to it yet. So we will just continue our current strategy, which could not possibly be easier. And I outline this for you every freaking day, how to play this market, what to do, what stocks you should be looking at, how to bet against the debt, become your own central bank. You don't want to listen to me? Good. Don't do it. Go, and let's see how that plays out for you moving forward. Go back just X amount of years. How has it been working out for you so far? Probably pretty bad, but let me tell you something. It's not too late. It's never too late to get on the right side of this. Turn all of these freaking moron retards off that are calling for a crash tomorrow, that are trying to tell you to not be in the market, not be in the cryptocurrencies. I don't know what these people are trying to do to you. Maybe they're deliberately trying to destroy you, because if you listen to me, you'd be a lot better off. Anyway, people, look, I think I've covered a lot of important stuff for you here. We're not going to change our strategy until something major happens, okay? I do believe, there is risk in this market. There is no doubt about it. But again, if you're hedged, if you got yourself, let's say you're long the stock market, okay? You got yourself in other assets. If you can't do that, look, I understand that not everyone has access to money or funds to invest, but if you had to pick one thing, it would be physical silver. You all know that. But if you do have some cash to invest in this market, and when I mean market, I'm talking about every aspect of it, you should be diversified. Or anyone that's just putting all their eggs in one basket, unless you have to, is probably making a mistake. I can't possibly see how you can make an error, let's say, if you wanted to buy physical silver, which to me remains the most undervalued asset in the history of the world. I love gold too, but look at the gold to silver ratio here. It's out of control. Yes, you should be in silver. It's more undervalued. So is gold. There's no doubt about it. And I think cryptocurrencies are massively undervalued. Bitcoin 48,000, where we are right now, it's nowhere near its realized value moving forward. Nowhere even close to it. So it's not too late. If you do decide to invest in cryptocurrencies, you better be ready for volatility, okay? You get into any cryptocurrency. it can have massive swings, 30, 40, 50, 60, even 70% swings. That's the truth. And for those of us that have been in cryptos for any long period of time, yeah, we've seen that. And what have we done? Every time it's dropped, we've bought more. And how's it paid off for us? It's paid off like in spades. Because we understand what we're doing here. In my opinion, okay, and this is my opinion, cryptocurrencies are anti-debt units. You own them. They're not issued by a central bank. They're not owned by a central bank. They're not owed back to a central bank plus interest that they create out of thin air. You own it. Okay, that's the only difference really between a successful person and someone that becomes a slave to debt is they own things. That's it. You own things. You don't borrow to own them. You sit back. You be patient. You look at the situation. I want this in the future. I'm not going to borrow to get it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work my rear end off so I can actually buy it cash. You understand? Anyway, look, that's pretty much it. Getting too long, this video anyway. I know some people are going to complain that it's too damn long. I always get it. It's funny. No matter what you do in life, there's always going to be those complainers out here. And that should say something about them too. All right, look, this guy here, yeah, I love you a lot. And yes, I do get angry from time to time. And if you're not getting angry like I talked about, I want you to think about why. Okay, yes. It's time to get freaking angry. Love you a lot. See you in the morning.